Let's go.
Guys, welcome back to the Physique Factory Podcast, and we're just going to have a bit of a catch-up. So, Connor, how's it going?
Well, not dead yet. That's the main thing. Feel like it. And
how many weeks out?
3.5. 3.5. I actually felt worse 2 weeks ago, which was weird. I had the first couple of shitty days a couple of weeks ago, but ever since it's not really been too bad. But as you can see, there's sunshine on my face, showing off how pale I am. And I looks like a fucking 12-year-old because I shaved today. And yeah, pale 12-year-old with no muscle. So that's where I'm at right now. Where are you at?
I'm good, actually. I've sort of the past 5 days, I've started feeling a little bit tired, but I think it's just one of those phases, like you said, I'm going to go through, because you get that on prep where you get certain parts of it where you think, oh, it's a fucking drag. And then the next week's totally fine. But as for hunger, that's totally fine. I've still got a lot of variables to play around with. So I'm on 2,700 calories, I think. I don't know.
Decent, yeah.
Still, so that's on my training days, probably a little bit low on my rest days. 70k steps and 20 minutes cardio now.
Is your foot all right then? Because you had plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, so that was a fucking pain in the ass for the last week. I think it's from the treadmill, just walking on the treadmill at a bit of a fast pace. I think you just couldn't tolerate that. The walking's fine, but when I started throwing that in, then it started causing some issues.
Treadmills.
I know. So I'm doing the bike now, which isn't too bad, but my quads are on fucking fire doing that.
Yeah, it is quite brutal actually. The bike Stairmaster, they're not great in your legs, are they?
Yeah, better on my foot though, but you burn a lot more calories.
Did you ever do the stairs?
Sometimes when the treadmills aren't free.
Yeah, I like the stairs actually, to be fair, but it is brutal. But I've been obviously anyone that's competing in bodybuilding will know that posing is a huge part of it. Stage fitness is a huge part of it. I've been doing 15 minutes straight posing after some sessions, and I've counted that as my cardio.
And sometimes you just can't be fucking arsed with that posing, can you? When you in a session and you're like, I just want to go home and eat.
It's shit, but there's a BMBF video on YouTube from 2018 of a big novice class, and they're calling out the poses on it, and they make them go around the quarter turns 5 times and go around the mandatories 3 or 4 times. And so it's 13 minutes long, I think it is. And I just put that on and I listen to it as they call out the poses, and I hold it as if I'm on stage. So it's if you can do that to a big novice class, you're gonna last. But do you follow Rob Waterhouse? Do you know who he is?
Oh yeah, he's a pro, isn't he? IFBB pro. He was natural, didn't
he? Yeah, he was natural. I better not say too much. I don't know.
He didn't look natural when he won it. He looked really good though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now he looks like twice the size of what he did. So
yeah. But he put up that they were on stage for an hour in that show. I'm like, fuck me, an hour. Imagine being on stage for an hour. Imagine having to hold a fucking front relaxed in the background of those for an hour long, hey?
I'd just lose concentration after about 20 minutes. I'm I can't be asked. Can I just go fucking sit down?
It's when you get put to the back of the stage and you're standing there, you still need to be on. You need to be switched on. You can't fucking relax. It's, to be honest, anyone that's thinking about getting into bodybuilding, that's the hardest bit, is the posing, the stage fitness, all that stuff. That's the hardest fucking bit. And the thing is, it can make or break you, because I was at that show a few weeks ago, and they were on about one of the guys, what the judges were on about it, and the fact that you could see he had it, but he wasn't posing it well enough, and they mark him down for that, because if you're not showing what you've got, then what's the point if you're not presenting it well enough? So you said you're actually getting some posing coaching, weren't you?
Yeah, I got some posing coaching tomorrow, so hopefully sharpen that up, men's physique, and then I'm gonna do 1 or 2 bodybuilding shows. I think I've not entered them yet, but I'm just gonna see how I'm looking with them, and then I'll probably do some posing coaching for the bodybuilding. But yeah, just so I can actually display right, because imagine putting all that hard work and you just can't show it off right, and you look like shit on stage.
I've been quite lucky with that, because again, with the BMBF being very local to me, they do their posing clubs. So on the lead up to the Scottish show, they do I think it's 4 or 5 posing clubs, and you go there and the pros turn up and they run that, and they'll teach you how to pose. So and a lot of these guys, these pros are actually ex-pros, or they're not ex-pros, but they're older and they're not really competing, but they're judging. So these are the guys that are judging you. So if you're getting shown how to pose by them, it's well, that's clearly what they're looking for. So let's listen to them. So I got complimented on my posing the other day, and I was well, I mean, that's why, turning up to those things and doing it essentially is why you get better at it, isn't it? Looking for help and getting your help. But yeah, especially like it's when I go on holiday and that as well, and I'm just like get down to the pool. I'm like, right, Sophie, take a picture.
Fucking hell.
She's like, you're not tensing your legs enough. Start from the feet. But you were sitting with Nick watching some food videos the other day. Food
Yeah,
focus must be
well,
getting high.
that was not me. That was Nick. So we got in from training. He wanted a place to just chill out before he went PTing.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, put on the that Beard Meats food guy. I was like, is that a good idea? I'm like, I know what like part of prep you're in. And then he's watching all these food challenges and he's like listing all these places where we can go to. He's like, oh, we can do that after prep. We can do that after prep. To be fair, I'll do it after prep. So, but when you do have that meal after prep, it just all goes out the window and you can't be asked. You make all these plans. This is what's happened to me in the past from my experience. I made all these plans to do something post show. I was like, yeah, we'll go here, we'll go there, we'll go there. And then you have that meal after you've been on stage and you're like, can't be asked now.
Yeah, I've never even thought about that. People are like, "What are you going to eat when you come off stage?" I'm like,
I know. I'm not even thinking about anything at all. I can't be asked. Literally, I'm not even hungry at the moment. Luckily, anyway. So it's not even phasing me one bit.
nah.
It's going so fast. This prep. It's scary. It's fucking flying. I'm like
But
halfway through already.
food focus is something that becomes high in a lot of people during like a prep or like a dieting phase or a photo shoot prep or anything like that. It
It's always
becomes
the first time dieters, or if you're fairly new. So if you've only done like one show, or it's your first time ever prepping, or first time ever dieting for a photo shoot, you're always going to get that food focus because you've never been in that situation before, and your body's never been in that situation before. So you're probably thinking, "Fucking hell, when am I next going to eat?"
yeah. But like we like personally, I don't know about you, but like I've not always been. It's like I've not handled it as good as this in the past. I have had those situations. The first show I think we've talked about in here before is like had to stash out chocolate and things like that, and like we all go through that, but you've kind of got to learn to do it right because you can essentially do yourself some damage if you fuck up post show because I suppose what happens is over time whenever you're dieting, like for those watching, like when your calories in and your like output are kind of the same, right? The calories you're burning every day and the calories in are the same. Your body's quite happy. It's in like homeostasis. Then you drop those calories and eventually your body finds its way to come down. Like, do you find that like when you're PTing people, you want to sit down more or lean on things more or like, just general laziness?
You're unaware, aren't you? You just want to reduce that NEAT, so
Yeah.
you don't want to move around as much.
Do you catch yourself out for it though? I catch myself out all the time.
All the time. So I was leaning on the machine before. I thought, fucking hell, I'm doing this, I'm doing
Yeah,
that.
you would never do that in an off season or a gaining phase, would you?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it does all catch up. But as you like touched on, then sort of, you say when you're coming out of a diet or out of after prep or whatever, probably like when you're that low when your body, well, your BMR lowers that much, and then you think you can go straight back into eating the foods that you were doing. Let's say if you're dieted down to like 1,800 calories, it's not going to say we're going to get to that, but maybe if you somewhere around there, and then you jump back in whatever your maintenance was when you started dieting. So random number 3,600. If you go to that, and you got chances are you're going to put on a lot of fucking fat just because there's that reason with your BMR dropping and your fat cells and your muscle cells are very, very insulin sensitive, which is a good thing for your muscle cells, but your fat cells, you just want to fucking store a lot of fat, and that's how you can explode post show.
Exactly. But then what happens is like that BMR, as you're talking about, the calories that you're burning at complete rest, or the calories you're burning in general, just don't come back up. If you do too big a jump, it doesn't seem to come back up. But if you take smaller kind of jumps, it does seem to like kind of go with it, doesn't it? Because that's how people can then get leaner and end up eating more food and end up actually getting leaner even still, like losing body fat while eating more food because they just gradually bring it up. They almost reverse diet. And I've seen people do that too slow as well, though. There's like a fine balance there. There's like an art to it. It's like don't go too fast, too much too fast. Don't go too little, too slow. There's somewhere in between. It's just right.
It's that window, 4 to 6 weeks post diet. You don't want to think about bulking straight away. Fucking hell, that 4 to 6 weeks, you need to get your head straight, get that all sorted from competing. You need to recover, get all your hormones and everything, your physiological like fucking stuff in line, and then you can start thinking about pushing up. Because if your hormones are off, and then your mind's not there, and you just want to eat and eat food, so you're not going to be in the best environment to do that.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much you eat. 2016, I put this to the test. I dieted for 9 months that year. It was my second prep. Dieted for 9 months, and finished the British finals. Quite happy with myself that year. So straight onto a bulk, straight into 5,000 calories a day. And I remember like my missus was like baking like what you call it, fucking brownies and shit like that. And I was coming home from training, eating food, like having a meal, and then having like brownies to make up the rest of the calories and shit like that. And I just got fatter and fatter and fatter. And my thinking was, well, the sooner I put on weight, the sooner I start regaining strength, the sooner I'm starting to build muscle. But I got fatter. I gained what must have been around, just like this is a bit of a guesstimate, must have been around 13, 14 kilos, and I didn't get any stronger.
Yeah, you just look watery and
I just looked fat and shit and was weak as fuck. And we only know by doing these things ourselves.
That's it. They're going to experience it, and I just know some of the clients that are going to do it. So they've got photo shoots, they're prepping for shows, and I just know it's going to happen. And I'm just because it's there the first time, and they've not been through anything like this, and know they're going to explode. But I'm going to keep warning them. But when it hits them, they're not going to know what's happened because I've warned them about it, but they're not going to be able to control it. I just know they won't be able to control it. So
yeah. I get frustrated because like I do, again, when I'm setting up a client, I'll talk about that and I'll be like, look, you're going to lose all this weight. That's not the hard bit. We'll get you to where you want to be. It's what we do after that's the hard bit. And for your normal client that isn't a bodybuilder, that isn't even doing a photo shoot, well, the photo shoot ones too, obviously, but like for them, after that, if their goal is just to maintain that, they need to reverse, and then learn to maintain and consolidate that. And if you don't spend time doing that, you're just going to go back to where you started. That's why so many people say we don't have a weight loss problem in this country. We have a weight maintenance problem, and like I 100% agree with that. No one ever talks about it. No one ever teaches people how to do it. No one has a clue about that. They just want to, drop body fat as quick as possible and then go back to what they're doing before, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work in the long run.
They'll gain it back twice as fast as well, or put even more on, which I have definitely seen with some of my clients.
I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it myself. Exactly, done it myself. But I've had clients where I told them, I was like, look, we need to be careful after this like diet, this prep, or this photo shoot that we've done. We need to be really careful, and then we need to gradually push back up. And then as soon as I've done the shoot, really happy and stuff like that, like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna just go off and do my own thing for a bit. 6 months down the line, I see them and they're absolutely massive, and I'm like, whoa, what's happened?
Absolutely massive, like Biggest Loser style.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I was like, wow.
Nah, but it's like it's a waste of time as well. It's like if you're going to spend 6 months of your dieting, make sure you don't fucking pack it back on. I mean, come on. Like, who wants to restrict themselves for 6 months? Who wants to go out and get steps in the fucking pouring rain, go on a fucking treadmill or stairmaster, and do all that work only to fucking chuck it away? It's like building a fucking house, and once the house is built, like, you know what? We don't need the roof anymore. Let's just fucking take the roof off.
Yeah.
Let all the water get into it. House is fucked. Job's done. What's the fucking point? Don't know if that was a good analogy or not, but I'm sticking with it.
That'll work.
It works. It works. But that's what people do. That is what people do. And again, we've learned from our mistakes. And that's why you hire a coach in the first place, is to get someone that's actually going to make sure you don't make the mistakes. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, can you? But people have just got to factor it in. It's like factor it in as part of the process. Again, when we're setting out timelines for our clients, that's what we're doing. We're factoring in that actually, there will be a phase after the fat loss phase. It's not just fat loss phase and that's it. Sometimes there's a phase before the fat loss phase. Like I've done that, and I do that quite often, where you'll spend time maybe on higher calories, or just getting someone sticking to some sort of nutrition plan first before you even do that, getting out all the health markers in place, getting your sleep, stress, digestion all under wraps first before we even think about dieting a client. Because essentially for us, it's wrong to put someone in a diet phase that isn't ready for it. It's wrong to build a house without the foundation.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a good example of that is when I've got like females coming to me and they're eating like 800, 900 calories. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what's going on here? And then the fucking hormones and the health and all that sort of shit is absolutely everywhere. The mindset is absolutely everywhere, just because they're on that low calories. And then when they start saying, right, we're going to start on a little bit more calories, just to make sure like we're in a healthy spot, hold it there, see what happens. And it's like, oh well, my old PT put me on like 800, 900. I was like, it's crazy. Well, some guy did that actually. He left left me, literally left me just because I didn't put him on a load of calories. But I know he's a fucking liar as well because
He's calling you out.
I know he's the fucking liar. He's a PT client anyway, so fucking he was shit, got nowhere. But it's it was like, oh, I'm just not losing weight. I put him on. He showed up to me and he was literally on. He said he was on 800 calories. He went, oh yeah, at this gym they put me on 800 calories. I was like, well, that's a bit fucking stupid, isn't it? He's quite a big guy. He was about what was he? He was probably about 110 kilograms.
Yeah.
Not a lot of muscle. Not a lot of muscle. Same height as me, like 5'10". And yeah, it was that. So he's 510 kilograms and apparently he was on hardly any calories, but he's a fucking liar because I know he was going out eating fucking loads of shit at the weekends or like driving to his work and then going to a fucking takeaway afterwards. I was like, what the fuck? So you went, how did that work for you? He went, oh yeah, I lost a bit of weight. Apparently he lost 10 kilograms. I'm like, cool. I was like, well, we've got nowhere to work with that. That's like pretty much nearly eating nothing. So we're gonna have to start a little bit higher on about like 1,500 and just see what happens. After a couple of weeks, he didn't want to do that. I went, no, I want to go lower. I was like, no, I know you're not sticking to it. I know you're fucking not sticking to it. I know you're fucking lying and going eating shit. And then you want to be low because of that. Well, just don't eat the fucking shit. And it was just, he wasn't honest with me at all. And I was not putting on lower calories, even though he was going eating shit.
That's crazy though that another gym put him on 800 calories a day and we're okay with that.
It might have been the back end of his transformation. You have to sign up to like 12 weeks. So it might, even though that's still like hardly anything.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm not putting anyone on 800 calories a day. Ever.
Well, to be fair, there might be a time and a place where it might be drastic. Yeah, if you want that body fat, if someone's getting on stage and you need that body fat to fucking fall off, then I will put someone on 800, 900 calories if they need it to fall off and we need it in a rush.
I don't think you'd ever need to do that. Well, maybe, but I wouldn't do it. Maybe a carb deplete for a few days, maybe. But I think even when I do a carb deplete, I think you'd be lucky if it was as little as that.
As
little as that.
It's just energy at the end of the day, isn't it? But yeah, if we want to get that fat off, then we're gonna have to fucking dig.
But it's crazy what like some people out there do, like absolutely crazy. Because like I'm not just trying to big us up, but we're always trying to get better. We're always like doing courses and shit. And we're just talking before we came on about what we're doing next, because it's like there's almost like a lull. It's like, fuck, we haven't done another course for a while. So it's like you're always trying to increase your knowledge. You're always trying to do better for your clients. But there's people out there that just don't give a fuck, isn't there? There's people that just they're like, well, eat less, move more, and well, that principle is definitely correct. It's like they're like, oh well, you're not moving enough. Let's fucking put your calories down or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I've tried calories clients with that. Sorry, I've not put them to 800 calories, but I'm like, you know what? This guy's telling me he's eating 1,500. Is he? Fuck, he's not doing that. But let's put him down to 1,200 then. See what happens, because that's all I can do sometimes on my end. But 800 is just extreme.
Yeah, it is extreme, but it's extreme. It's an extreme method for an extreme goal, if needed. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that's probably like fucking 1 or 2% chance of me actually doing that if it's in a certain situation, which might be the case.
Do you ever think that maybe the guys at that gym as well were thinking, well, you know what, fuck this guy, he's lying to us, he's not sticking to what he says he's sticking to, let's stick him on 800 calories, see what happens.
That's what I thought. And I thought
a lesson.
At the end, I think the gym's thought that. I thought, you know what, he's not sticking to it, so I'm going to keep setting these calories, and fuck knows, but he's just a fucking liar. And
I always find like if you get a client that comes to you and they're bad mouthing another PT or another gym or something like that, 9 times out of 10 they'll be a shit client, and you'll be like, yeah, it wasn't the other PT that was the problem, was it?
As you was saying then, it's the it's a funny one where people like copy and paste training plans, and so not tailored to individuals, because you just know someone like the same coach who's programmed the program as give it to someone else, because we're all doing the same shit in the gym. And I was like, what?
I mean, I've definitely got structures that I use.
These structures like that, but it's when you give the same program or the same fucking exercises to literally everybody, and then you see like fucking 4 or 5 of the guys doing all the same shit in the gym. And I was like, oh, what's your training split like? I was like, oh, cool. Oh, it's the same as his. Right, fucking hell.
Well, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And again, the individuality's got to come into it at some point. But like, yeah, generally speaking, there can be. You can almost have like, I don't want to call it a template, but you can almost have like some sort of structure that you follow. But
Yeah.
what lies within that structure, and even sometimes just the way a certain client will do a certain exercise compared to the next. That's where the differences are going to come into it. But I was speaking to a guy on a call today actually, and he was like, he had a coach before, and he said he literally took one look at the plan and never even done it, and he was like, basically it was just a PDF of here's your foods, eat them. These are the food sources you've got. Here's a list of foods, eat them. And I'm not saying that that's always going to be wrong, because there might be a time and place for a certain client that actually that's the best way to do it. But this guy, like, he's like a tradesman sort of thing, like works in people's houses, and he was like asking him to have something. I forget what it fucking was now, but it's something you had to cook at the time. He's like, right, what do you expect me to do? Just use like the client's cooker. Just fucking crazy. But like people just want to like get a quick sale, and then like, okay, here's your plans. Bye. See you later. I always say if you get your plans within a day or like within an hour, sorry, or a few hours even, it's usually a red flag.
Keep me to it. Yeah, I was literally going to say that. Red flag.
As much as like I appreciate people are keen, people are always going to be keen to get started. It's like it's very seldom that I'm getting someone set up like within 24 hours of them signing up, because first of all, I asked them for 3 days worth of fucking data anyway, so it's like it's not going to happen. But like, yeah, like it's just out of the question for me. Yeah, I was going to say unless certain circumstances, but fuck it, it's out of the question for me. But so yeah, where did we get to from fucking? We came from reverse dieting to now somehow slagging other PTs.
That doesn't always go that way.
Yeah, it often does. It often trails off in random directions. But so you don't know what food you're having after the show. You've not even thought about that.
You don't need to. It's the best thing. Don't even think about food. You don't need to. It's just going to make things much fucking worse. Why think about food and get so food obsessed? And
I must admit though, I enjoy my meals at the minute.
Yeah, you get that when you're losing a lot of body fat and you're just looking forward to the next meal and stuff. But
Things taste better, don't they?
They do taste better, but I'm still like, I can't be asked eating meals sometimes, and I'm like 6 weeks out. So, to be fair, in about like probably 3-4 weeks, I'll probably start getting a little bit hungry.
Yeah, I'm definitely at the stage like I look forward to every meal, and it's like even just like having that little bit of sauce, that little bit of sriracha on it, you're like, oh, this is fucking real.
Oh, the sriracha stuff is fucking really good, isn't it?
Sriracha mixed with American mustard. What a combo.
Fucking just add that then.
Yeah, what a fucking combo. Like just get I do this weird thing where it's like most of my meals are chicken and tatties right now. So the tatties are in one tub, salted to fuck, and then you've got the chicken and the broccoli as well. And then I just get this the what you call it, the mustard, hang it over it like that, get the sriracha over it like that. Oof, bone apple teeth.
Are you smashing Pepsi Max as well still?
Not a lot to be honest. Like I'll have 2 cans a day, and then if I've got quite a few clients in a row, I found myself having a 500ml bottle as well, just to like, I don't know, tide me over. But I was saying to you before we came on, like I tend to get distracted anyway, because like I've got a lot of online clients that'll come in and see me in person, and then when they come in, they've always got questions. So when they come in with questions, I get so distracted. You start talking about one thing, going to the next, and it's like, as much as I've got it there to like, tide me over, like you usually get so distracted when you get in the zone, get in the fucking zone, the PT zone.
Potatoes, how many are you having each meal?
300.
That's not bad. Raw?
Yeah. I'm not eating them raw though, just to clarify. I'm weighing them raw.
We've had this conversation when I put like raw weights on the plan, and the clients come back to me after a week, and it's been like, oh, these potatoes they're a bit hard to get down, James. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, the raw. I was like, what do you fucking mean the raw? I was like, well, you put raw weight next to them. It's like, have you been eating the fucking potatoes raw? I was like, yeah, they're hurting the mouth. I was like, you fucking idiot.
You can eat sweet potato raw. If you eat white potato raw, apparently you'll die.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that. I don't know how true that is, but I have heard that before.
It's a bit of a bad one, but yeah, fucking hell. Imagine trying to eat a sweet potato raw. I was like, that's a raw. You fucking idiot.
I've had them when I've air fried them, and they've maybe not quite cooked all the way through, and it's a little crunchy, but like
not like that. They got to be soft.
Yeah, I'm like, you're well in the diet zone when like sweet potato tastes fucking fantastic.
I like sweet potato anyway. Sweet potato is one of my favorite things. I'm not eating sweet potato at the moment. I'm only on what am I on? Rice,
Yeah,
rice, cereal, crumpets, and some of meals. Crumpets are the one because I've
fucking
switched.
hell.
I used to have bagels and one of the meals, and then I've switched like mini crumpets in the small ones, just
Yeah,
because quite voluminous for the calories and there's even less in them.
I've rarely ate a crumpet in my life. I could probably count in one hand the amount of crumpets I've fucking had in my life. You know that?
They're good. They are good. So I have those without the eggs and that, and then still having cereal, cream of rice, your favorite oats. So I'm still having a lot of food.
Yeah, I wouldn't even fucking enjoy the cream of rice. I'd be like, this is a waste of my fucking time, waste of my fucking calories. I'm literally eating oats in the morning, sweet potato and chicken.
Oh, nice.
White potato sometimes as well. I had white potato today.
Oh, cereal.
No, I've never done the cereal thing really. I've tried it in off seasons, but I don't know. I just don't get that into it.
I
I'm a
love.
I'm
I
a
love.
potato guy.
I really, yeah, potato is good, but I really like fucking cereal.
I switched the rice out as well. That's when you know things are getting serious.
Yeah, that's it. Well, my rice is probably gonna. I'll probably say to Josh, won't mind dropping that next week. I'm on like what am I on? 50 grams of rice, which is like 180 calories ish. So I
Yeah,
could,
it's not a lot either though, really, is it?
it's good. Yeah, I think it's a good serving of rice. It's not bad. I
Yeah.
don't mind. That, do you know what I hate? I hate eating lots of rice. So 100 grams in the off season. So I can't be asked. I just rather eat 200 grams of
I
cereal.
don't find that too bad. Like I kind of part of the reason I got rid of the rice is because I don't really entertain anything under 100 grams.
Oh,
So,
really? I
what about
can't.
oats? What's the most oats you've done in one go
I could nail about 150 easy.
of oats?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could fucking jam 150, but then it starts getting a little bit too much, and you're like, and it starts getting stuck there, and you're like, fucking hell, that's fucking heavy.
Starts getting tough. I used to do 200 a day. That's my morning meal was 200 grams of oats.
Blended,
What's that?
blended.
No, a bowl. Or pancakes. Pancakes is a bit easier to go down, but not much. I ditched them as well. I'm having a bowl of oats over the pancakes now as well because like just a bit more volume.
It's being asked making the fucking pancakes. I just want
Yeah.
to throw nuts in the thing and then make them, but
I'll admit I'm doing one of the things that I hate about bodybuilding. I'm using like a baby spoon for eating fucking.
I'm doing the same. I'm eating everything with a baby spoon. I'm eating my yogurt and onion, cream of rice, my oats. My cereal has to be a little bit bigger because they don't quite fit on the spoon
What
right.
cereal are you eating?
I either have the Oreo hoop things. They're all about 380 calories, so I made sure it's all the same.
Roughly the same, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to be fucking rice based. I just fucking want to enjoy them. So yeah, as long as about 380 calories, it's fine. So
Yeah.
the Oreo hoops, or I'll have they've got a new one out on Aldi, and it's like the birthday cake bites. They're fucking really good. I was on some Mexican cereal, so I brought some of that back. They was decent. Can't remember what it was called. And then what else? Honey hoops. Anything that's a bit like voluminous. Like
Are
I'm
you
gonna
having
look.
that post workout then?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really love cereal.
So when do you have your cream of rice?
Pre-workout.
All right, so that's pre-workout, post-workout. Yeah, you don't do like a post-workout shake though, do you?
I just fucking eat. Well, I do. I have a shake, but I have it with my cereal. So
Yeah.
the shakes are amazing. That Perform stuff is just like it tastes so good. So I'm on cereal milk. What I do is whack that in my blender, and then I put some ice in it, put some water in it, blend it, and it's just like thick as fuck. It's so
Like
good.
you're talking about earlier, you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling the prep in that. And if you listen to us, it's like you're fucking doing preppy things like
Yeah, I do that like year round, like where I blend it with ice. It's just really good.
But I find as soon as I go into an off season, I've been eating for a while, and like we're talking about, you reverse out, and your hormones re-regulate, and your hunger levels aren't quite as high. I find that I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, what was once a iced blended protein shake is now just a fucking blended with warm water sort of thing. It's just like whatever does a job, tan it down sort of
Well,
thing.
fucking bad.
Yeah, just like no shit's fucking given. And then it's awkward because see if you had this appetite in the middle of a gaining phase that you have right now, you'd be fucking smashing it. Be absolutely fucking smashing it. But it's just, yeah, it's shit. It's
Fair, I've got an appetite for certain foods in the off season, like I said, rice. That's a fucking nightmare to get down. Like chicken as well. Oh god, in the off season, it's horrible. I hate chicken in the off
but right
season.
now it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I don't mind it because I've had to. Do you know what I've stopped doing? Air fry. I can't speak. Air frying chicken because it tastes like shit. It's absolutely
I think
awful.
it's too bad to be fair.
I either put it in the pan or grill it.
I slow cook it. I've got some in the slow cooker right now.
No way, it goes to fucking. It's really good, like in the pan where it's like seared and.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just shutting this door because something's coming in. It'll make loads of noise.
So
Ruin the podcast.
even now, it'd be bad. Having chicken where it's just like in the air fryer or fucking who boils a chicken.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think anyone boils their chicken, to be fair. Apart from like Chinese restaurants, I feel like they do.
Oh, like broth and stuff. That's different though. What you have it with.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if they just fucking like do that anyway. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know where like some of the facts that are coming out of my mouth today. I don't know where they come from. Like,
Randomly fucking picked out of anywhere. Oh
I
yeah.
just
Oh,
randomly made up.
yeah, to be fair, it sounds like something that you get in a Chinese restaurant. But yeah,
Boiled
it's like
chicken.
like the broth stuff. But
Yeah, chicken and sweet corn soup's all right, to be fair.
yeah, I do like some of the Chinese stuff. It's really good. The food.
Yeah, I actually like going on a food I would like to have after a show. I would not mind a Chinese, but I'm going to be in Birmingham. I don't know any Chinese restaurants in Birmingham, so I'm not taking the risk of some shitey the Chinese. And, yeah, I think like I'd end up with food poisoning if I picked a random Chinese takeaway in Birmingham.
What's the date of your show?
It's the 13th of August, I want to say.
I've got to come down, haven't I?
Well, you
you
don't have to. Like, no one's forcing you.
Are you going down on your own, or is Sophie going with?
Sophie's coming down, but we will be passing you. Like, so if you need a lift, but I'll be going on the 12th. We're going the day before.
Yeah. I'll try and get Nick to go down. He'll be done competing by then as well. So, oh, are you coming down watching Nick?
When's
It's
he?
probably a bit. It might be a bit too far for you. It's in Kettering, which is like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, you're like 4 hours from me, so like that's like 6 hours. Fuck that. Sorry, Nick.
Fucking mooch. So I said I'd go down and fucking cheer him on or whatever. It's on a
What
Sunday.
show is he doing?
PCA Muscle Talk.
All right, cool. What class is he doing?
I think he's doing classic.
Was he? I didn't know if he'd done classic or if he'd done men's open actually.
Yeah, he's classic. So he's always done classic, I think. So.
Yeah. Cool. How do you think he'll get on? Terrible.
He's he's in good nick now. He's shredded.
You were a bit hesitant there.
No, I actually think so. It's like he's in good nick now. I think
it's
he'll do well.
impossible to say though, isn't it? Because you don't know who he's going to be up against, so you can't really comment on that.
Like the time of the year, like shows in July, chances are that he's gonna do okay in them, maybe. But
it's hard to say, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. Then people might have that idea of thinking, right, I want to do a show in July because I've got a better chance at winning. So
Sometimes what people do as well, competitors like is look up on like Instagram like and try and find out who they're competing against and shit like that, don't they? Have you ever done that before?
I did it once when I very first like competed, and then
That was me, yeah. Done it the first time.
yeah, and then to be fair, I sort of find them about finding them because they pop up and they go like, "Oh, 8 weeks out." And I was like, "Well, that's surprising. I'm 8 weeks out as well. I wonder what show
Yeah.
doing."
That's it. But I don't know. Anyone's well, I know one person that's doing a show because he trains at the same gym as me, but like I don't know anyone that's going to be in my class, and I fucking couldn't care less, to be honest.
Well, that too, bro. There's about fucking 800 different classes, so
yeah, that's true.
Them all as well.
There's a one for men with one eye that's blue and one eye that's brown, and there's a class for you if you're out there and you find yourself not fitting into men's open bodybuilding. There's a class for you where you'll be the winner. Don't worry.
Exactly, yeah, all you've got to do is like pay 60 quid for the member. Is it 60 quid? It might be even more, but I can't remember how much it is. So you got to pay for
PCA, did you say, or is that two bros?
It's two bros. So you got to pay for the membership, and then you got to pay £150 for the class. So there'll be definitely a class for you.
Yeah. We'll make you a class. I wonder what the BNBF charge. I've not even joined the BNBF. I've not even like done the show yet, like thingied for the show yet or anything.
Yeah, I've signed up to all mine.
I probably should. Right, BNBF membership. How much is it? Buy membership. £35 for a BNBF membership. So that's to join the federation, and then pretty sure it's a tenner to join the show. No, it's £27 to do the show now as well. To be fair, it used to be a tenner.
Nice.
But yeah. So what? You're 60. What did I say it was? It was 70 quid all in.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's all right. And then you've got to get tan, things like that as well. But like bodybuilding's not cheap. And then you pay for a hotel for 2 nights, traveling down to wherever you're going for the show, and then you fucking travel to it as well, whatever that's going to fucking cost you. Yeah, bodybuilding's not cheap. What tan do you use?
Proton.
Protan. We use Dark As. It's £29 for a bottle of it, which isn't bad.
Well, so yeah, I used everything Proton. I used Dream Tan last time, but it was so fucking black.
Federations have like they have like their preference, don't they?
Yeah, so Dream Tan's like banned in most things because it's just so thick. It's not good. But I'm just gonna do. I do my own tan. I don't pay to get tanned up. I'd rather just Beck whack it on me, and she's good at tanning anyway. So
yeah, I just get Sophie to whack it on me as well. Like that's part of the reason she needs to come down. Be a bit weird. It's like, James, can you tan my arse? Yeah, bodybuilding's fucking weird, isn't it?
it's weird, but
You know
that's
what
what
makes it weird? Wait till you see this shit. Well, I mean, you've seen it before, but for those of you who's watching on YouTube, wait till you see this. It's what makes,
I know what they are.
yeah, this is what makes bodybuilding weird. Is the trunks.
You know what I'd be scared of? I've never actually wore a pair, but I'd be scared of my bollocks slipping out.
So these are fine. These have got like a nice. These are Iron Monkey, and they've got like a nice kind of like
Ouch.
yeah, pouch. Yeah. Whereas these are like Andreas Callen or something, California, USA, and I always feel like these ones are really dodgy. Like they're like a pair of girls' pants.
Do you reckon that's happened to someone?
Oh yeah, it's got to have happened. We were talking about that last time, weren't we? Last week we done one.
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was.
It's got to have happened to someone. Like, I mean, again, I think I said this last week too, but if you're out there, reach out to us, tell us your story, come on the podcast.
Drop the bollock.
We need to get another guest on here, actually. It's been a couple of weeks now. Who do we have on last?
Ryan? Was it? No.
There's someone else after Ryan.
What was it?
It's going to seem really bad. Oh, Keefe. Keefe came on.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was good. That was a really good podcast, that.
Yeah. I wonder who we can get next. Anyone has any requests, we will reach out.
Very controversial. Who's going to cause a fuss?
The Lord Jesus Christ, get him on.
No religion.
So Jesus, you say you were pinned to a cross for a few days. How did that feel?
Oh bullshit!
You're a liar. Fuck's sake! But we'll definitely be banned. Yeah, we definitely need to have a look around for some guests and get some.
We could get Jack Eagles on. He'd be a good guest, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, but you know him obviously.
Yeah. He's a really good bodybuilder, isn't he? So I could drop him a message. Yeah, there's quite a few people we can get on.
Yeah, definitely. But let's wrap this one up here because I need to go fucking eat a meal.
Yeah, and I need to do some fucking work. But
I need to start my reverse diet. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in.